episode of Cultural Magazine. Today's episode is special as we're coming to you from the Gezira Art Center. Today we will be enjoying together the 8th annual Festival for Traditional and Heritage Crafts. So now let's learn more about the handicrafts of Egypt. Aiming at preserving Egypt's cultural heritage and handicraft, the Ministry of Culture holds annually a festival dedicated to traditional and heritage handicrafts. Actually, this year is the 8th festival, and actually it's interesting because here at the Gezira Art Center we can find that there are more than 5 full galleries, all packed with beautiful and interesting handicrafts, varying between tapestry, quilting, jewelry, copper, glass. All traditional crafts are present here. Now let's have a look at some of these beautiful artifacts.
الحقيقة احنا عندنا قطاع الفنون التشكيلية بيدعم بشكل أساسي. عندنا إدارة مركزية للإنتاج الفني.
The fine arts sector is keen to preserve Egypt's traditional arts. We have a special unit dedicated to sponsoring the folk art and the artists, to make sure that these traditional crafts will continue and to help young craftsmen and artists master these arts. If you look at today's exhibition, it houses a diverse variety of products. You'd find leather, carpets, glass, copper, and many other handicrafts. There is a practical side to this exhibition as the products are for sale, so they offer the craftsmen a good financial opportunity. These artistic pieces are both beautiful and useful. It is important to preserve our cultural heritage and to ensure the continuity of these crafts through encouraging and upbringing a talented and skilled new generation of craftsmen.
Joining me now is Dr. Nagla Fathi. She's an art consultant as well as a visual artist. Dr. Nagla, would you tell us a bit about this session? This is the 8th round of the Festival for Traditional Handicrafts. So would you tell us a bit about it?
Actually, from the Ministry of Culture, we have a long history about this because, you know, from a long time, like you Excellency said before, about the Ministry of Culture, they're very caring about the art craft. We are always, every year, we have several of festivals about, you know, the artworks, different, the variety of, you know, the sculpture and the art and digging, everything. But now we have a special festival about the traditional works. We collecting the most perfect work about the handmade. We have everything from, you know, Muhammad Ali, you know this about when he took everyone from 500 years to Asitana, all the whole. So we are trying to keep them in Wakalat al-Ghori, you know, Sri Muhammad Abdu Street in Khan al-Khalili. We are trying to get them, you know, it's the, you know, the grandfather gave the father and father gives the son, and we have the sons now to have to work everything from art craft now. So we make a festival every year for this. So we are very, you know, given the great importance for such cultural teams, we have this festival today.
Now, there are many sections in the exhibition here. Like, for example, we're here standing in the area where there are the quiltings, the textiles, and the woodwork. How How do you evaluate the quality of the works exhibited?
Actually, all of them, they have evaluation because it's, in itself, it's a value because it's artwork, it's handmade. All of the, the countries like the technology country like Japan and China and America, they don't have all of this. Suddenly when they have all of this, suddenly you find they will never have something like that. I just came from Japan like 2 years ago, and I've been to Tokyo. I have, half of Tokyo there, my friends of our works. They ask me always when I talk to them, a part of this, from the handmade like galabayas, and we have another things like the digging on the wood, and we have another thing for graphics, and another thing for pottery making. They like pottery making because it's essentially something very healthy too. It's not just only an art craft work. It's something healthy. So that everything comes from the natural, go to the natural, like the human made.
Doctor, would you please, first of all, before we start talking about this partition, tell us about your own personal exhibition, because you've done an exhibition about the Suez Canal.
Several, yeah. Just we finished the Suez exhibition. It was inaugurated by Mr. Hamdi, the head office of the Fine Art. And the Minister Abdel Wahed al-Nawawi, Dr. Abdel Wahed. It was like from 1 month ago. We are collecting all of the artworks about the Egypt and Suez Canal. Everyone have a vision for this from the artists, so we collecting them, gathering together, and we have it in the Palace of Art in Cairo Opera House. And even Dr. Ines Abdeldaim time, and everyone he see his view about the new Suez Canal, and it was, it's amazing one. I like it very much because this is the first time it's we having for a very nice occasion like this. It never happened like that before. Even the first Suez Canal when you opening, the first one was 52, I think. And if you like me to have a point. All of the artworks, we have several of artworks we have here, like the digging on the wood. It's a part. You can have the natural wood and you put it in a stain, something like a wood. It's a natural wood. You can gathering them together to make a portrait or to make a view. It's a part of the art. And we have another thing like the pottery making. The pottery making something very, healthy when you eat in it. Yeah, so we can use everything from the artworks, from the art craft. You can use it at home, and you can use it in all of the things in your society. That's why you find or a large sum of people from Japan or America, they like to eat in these things. Especially we have even a city in Fayoum who doing this, and we have some of the art worker. We have it in Wakalat Al Ghori especially to do this from the clay. The clay, it's one of the hand, the made of the human made. So it's very natural and it's very healthy for people. Not just only work, it's something to use it in your daily use too.
Now behind me I've noticed that we have some hammered copper and glass of artifacts behind me. Would you talk to us about them, please?
Yeah, we have here the glass. We have the glass, they use it in the shisha. This is just decorative things. So some of them you can decorate the house of it, and the other some you can just draw it like that. You can put it in anything and you can use it. So we have stained glass. It's another thing from the glass artworks, and we have just the colors glass. When you have the other thing, it's a plate of wood. You can make it like a plate. It's a plate of wood, and you can put just very details from very thin things from the ivory on it, so it contains like a very nice, but it's the things we have here from the ivory, it's natural pieces.
So we have ivory and mother of pearl as well. There are some copper and brass and silver.
Yeah, it's copper too. You can have it with some silver. You can have some from the Quran. You can write, that all of the Egyptian people and even the European people like to have something like that. So we relevate.
The 8th annual round of the Traditional and Heritage Crafts Festival included a wonderful traditional folkloric show of the Tanura and the Mizmar. Now let's look at excerpts from it.
شبرا الخيمة تأسست من حوالي أكثر من 25 سنة.
I'm the administrative manager of the Shobra Al-Khema Folkloric Singing and Dancing Troupe. It was established 25 years ago by pioneers of folk art. It included many celebrity artists like Zakaria Al-Higgawi and Khidr Muhammad Khidr. We toured the world and represented Egypt in many international and domestic events. The troupe consists of 25 members. We couldn't all perform tonight due to the lack of space. The troupe members come from Egypt, especially from Zawiya Al-Hamra, an area known for its folk artists. We try to perform new themes and shows and to introduce new folk songs and sketches to the public to enrich and enhance the cultural heritage.
أنا مادح وفي قصر ثقافة الشبرا الخيمة.
I have been praising the Prophet since my childhood. I'm part of the Shobra Al Khema Cultural Palace members. I was born in Suhag Governorate, Tahta province. I inherited the job from my father. I started at the age of 10 and now I'm 51 years of age. I have represented Egypt in various international venues. My praise is from the work Sayyid Omar bin al-Arif Billah, Sidi Omar bin al-Farid, the Sultan of Praisers. Praising the Prophet takes me into a spiritual world. It elevates my spirit.
والدي شغال في المجال، واولاد عمي وعمامي وجوزي.
I learned the Tanura as a child. My father, uncles, cousins, and siblings are all dancers. I started dancing at the age of 8. To be a whirling dervish requires high concentration. It is a spiritual dance which was introduced to Egypt by the Ottomans. It started with Il Mawlawiya. In modern time, the most famous troupe was Abu al-Ghit. Now, this type of art developed. First, the Mawlawiya wore white simple galabias. Then the outfit changed and became more elaborate to look like the one I'm wearing today. There are two types of dancing, the spiritual Sufi dance, commercial, international, and entertainment one.
Festival for Traditional and Heritage Crafts houses a variety of products. Now we have moved to another section. Now is jewelry designer Dr. Jalal Abdelkhali. Dr. Jalal, welcome with us. First of all, I'd like to ask you, is this your first time to be part of the AIDS Festival for Traditional Crafts?
No, it's 8.
It's the eighth.
Yes.
So you've been with the festival since it's been. So would you tell me, how do you feel? Do you feel it's different from one year to the other?
Yes, maybe some difference, but different to good. Yes.
Now you've taken part in this festival 8 times. Do you participate with different each time?
Yes, all of this, most of this, my friends, the first class of the Egyptian, they make something you like, and they make from wood, from leather, all kind of fine arts here.
No, I'm yourself. The things you've brought this year, the jewelry, are they different from last year's and the year before?
Every year you can see the difference. It's yes, the progress. As you see, all of this traditional, but you can see something like this. It's about Egyptian revolution. The boys on the Facebook and the police against people, and the battle of camel, and the end, the government fold. Yeah.
Now, you like to work with silver, so would you tell me a bit about working with silver?
I'm working with silver as hobby. I am making golds and diamonds. Yes, I make as a design. I'm jewel designer. I'm the course all over the wallet, and here in Egypt I make for most of jewel shop. I make design, Egyptian design.
Now, how do you design a piece? Like, do you first imagine it, or do you draw it on paper, then you put it on the... Tell me, how do you work?
Yes, at first I make it, I put it into paper, and I make it by myself. I can make arcade, and I stamp it out, and as you see, all of this I make it by myself.
Yes.
This is
What about this?
out. It's about the culture revolutions. You see Ismail Yassin here in opera, and you see the culture ministry, and you see everything, the battle with the Muslim Hood, and all of this, Ines Abdeldaim, Mr. Khalid Yusuf, Al-Adl, Baha Tahir, and you see Fathia Al-Assal also, and Said Hijab, poetry. All of this in the Egyptian revolution, cultural revolution.
Now, I'd like to ask about a piece like this. Is this pure silver, all of it entirely of silver?
Yes, it's fine silver, pure silver.
Now, how do you work on a piece like this? Like, do you use it in a mold, or do you make it all by hand? It's done by laser or hand? How do you work?
All of this by hand. Very, very simple thing. Something very simple, I make it, but it takes a long time. It takes more than a month.
So what do you do? Like, do you use a chisel and a hammer? How do you do such an etching?
No, this is stamped out. Stamped out. Hammering like this. I make all of this hammering.
Like these?
Yes, this one, hammering.
Yeah, like this here.
Hammering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hammering.
Okay. Now, how do
The back I hammering, and as you see.
now how do you do it? Like, do you do it when the silver is still soft?
Yes, I burning at first. Burning to must be soft.
Yeah.
But after I finish, it's become hard to use it. Okay.
Now, if you're going to glaze it or color it, when is the is it the last step or in between? When do you color if you decide to color your piece?
Just is the last step. Last step. Coloring at last step.
Now, some of them have stones in them. Are these original real stones or powdered?
What about powder?
No, I mean the stones. Are these real stone or are they like the ones that you get the powder of the stone and you glue it together? Is this the original stone?
No, original, but I'm not using powders. Yes, yes, yes.
Now, how do you work with stone and silver?
What?
We need to look to the camera.
You okay?
Would you talk to us about working on silver?
Yes, I am use this gemstone. I'm use all of this gemstone, all of this real gemstone. You found here real diamonds, real ruby, real zephyr, real, I think something like this. Diamond, at first diamonds, ruby, zephyr, and emeralds.
Now, how long would a piece like this take from you to make?
More than 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yes, I make it by arcades, and I finish by hammering from the back.
We have viewed together a variety of traditional Egyptian handicrafts, and by this we end of this special episode of Cultural Magazine. Until we meet again next week, it's goodbye.